We're live. Hello, everyone, and shout out to each and every one of you guys, and thank you so much for tuning into your girl Siren on the Siren Speak Show. Or thank you guys for tuning into the Siren Speak Show with your girl Siren. Y'all know it's Mercury retrograde, okay? So excusez-moi, biatch, okay? Don't be up here judging me, y'all. Don't be up here judging me. That's all I ask, okay? Y'all let me have my moment. Y'all, it's so much that's going on, but we're going to talk about it all, okay? Yes, we are. We are going to talk about it all, okay? I also have some wonderful messages at the end for us, okay? A nice collective message. So come one, come all, and please, as you enter into the video, you guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, okay? All right, let me go ahead and shift the, all right, y'all. Shout out to those of you who got my protection, okay, spray at the seminar, okay? Shout out to y'all, because honey, listen, I've been spraying the hell out of this thing, okay? But we are going to talk about a lot of stuff that's going on right now, okay? First things first, rest in peace, okay, to Theo, Malcom Jamal Warner, as we, majority of us know as Theo, from The Cosby Show. I did hear about his passing, y'all, okay? And also rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne. He also has recently passed away. I think he passed away the next day or 2 days later. And then also rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. Okay, Hulk Hogan passed away today, you guys. And I have been, checking out so many videos on the internet about, these deaths being connected to rituals and, perhaps the big sacrifice and all of that stuff. I don't heard it all, honey. Yes, I did. Y'all, listen. It is what it is, okay? What you have to do, first thing you have to do is decode it. Just because, they're doing gematria. Gematria is kind of like the blueprints of the universe, okay? It's things that, are connected and things that are scheduled. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like the gematria to me. It's not like the gematria it comes from a book of someone here. It's perhaps like a cheat, okay? A book with the answers in it that some of us just so happen to have access to. All right. So when I hear a lot of people speaking about, death by the numbers and things of that nature, I don't think that these numbers come from these societies. I think they just know. You know what I'm saying? I think they get the tea, with using these numbers and things of that nature. But I don't think that, a lot of these incidences, you guys, are orchestrated. Now, when it comes to Malcom Jamal Warner, the guy who we all know of as Theo from, or who I know, okay, as Theo from The Cosby Show, you guys, we're just going to do just a little decoding, okay? Now, he was the energy of him is surrounded of Leo. Now, the funny thing is he's a Leo as well as Hulk Hogan. These are two Leo energies. And you guys, we have, I believe it is Mercury, which is retrograding in the energy of Leo. And we just tapped into the season of Leo. Okay. So this is why I tell you guys, when you think the planetary alignments have absolutely nothing to do with you, trust. Okay. It has everything to do with you. You just need to know how is it that it is affecting you. Okay. So with this guy, Malcom Jamal Warner being a Leo, right? You guys, we just moved into Leo season. Now, the thing about it is that we are just now entering the age of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is opposite, okay, Leo. So you have Leo energy during the age of Aquarius. Listen, if you ask me, if you ask Siren, I would say these people have studied ways to exit the stage left. Now, I don't think it is coincidental that this guy passed from a accidental drowning. Remember, he went in through the water. That's how we get here. So he went out through the water. This was a specific portal, okay, a specific alignment of planetary energies that was going to be beneficial for him. So we have Leo energy that the sun is in, and then we're under the age of Aquarius, which these two energies together are very complementary of one another. So this is why we may see a lot of Leo energy, okay, exiting stage left. Hence, Hulk Hogan, who is also a Leo, okay, exiting stage left during this time as well. This Lions Gate portal, as it comes up, you guys, is going to be very, very, very big, very, very, very dramatic. A lot of heavy energy, and you guys really need to know how to work with this energy. You guys really need to know how these planetary alignments affect you so you can do the same stuff that they're doing. We got to stop allowing them to come before us and call us evil, wicked, and demonic. Okay, no, you got to only learn what's in the books. You cannot learn, intuition. Okay, you can only learn math and science. Okay, social studies and things of that nature. No, you cannot learn about your history. That's evil, wicked, and demonic. You can only learn about the history of the folk that we put in the book. Why do I need to know about them? Why do I need to prioritize their history over my own? Why is it so wrong for me to learn and understand my history, but you can tell me all about, okay, Mr. Banneker? You could tell me all about Mr. Washington, but the minute I dive into my own history, I'm evil, wicked, and demonic. Okay? So we have Malcolm Jamal Warner, you guys. We have Hulk Hogan, okay, who passed away today. Both of them calling on that energy of Leo as we enter the season of Leo, you guys. Now, we also have, the funny thing about it was when I found out about Malcolm Jamal Warner, you guys, I was driving home from the gym the next morning, and I was thinking about it because I think I had just saw like a YouTube, everybody has been throwing them up on YouTube and stuff like that. So a video popped up that I think I tattled in for a little bit and got out of. And then, for whatever reason, as I'm driving, I said, Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know what made me think this. It popped up in my head. And next thing you know, 2 hours later, it was Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. So what I want you guys to understand about what's going on is your energy. Okay, we are all going through this major shift, and you need to understand your energy at this point, because a lot of you may be experiencing things. Now, it can be different for each of us. If I tell you the things that I'm experiencing, you may not be experiencing those things, but we are all going through some form of death and or transformation and or shift. Okay, as we go through these energies, as these planets align and release all type of energy, we're all going through some shift, which means you guys are probably experiencing a lot of discomfort at this time. Your sleep can be, distorted, you guys. Your dreams can be all over the place. Another thing I want to tell you guys is if you are not dreaming, you are giving either one android, meaning you are not and I'm not being funny, you are not from the original source. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about that. What do you mean I'm not from the original source? Okay, so we have the energy of the universe, right? Which was creating planets and shit. Okay, so let's say the Big Bang happened and now we got planets. Planets are just like us, made out of all of these energies, are living beings. So the universe, boom, creates this planet, right? And then, this planet starts to create, little galaxies, like little baby, galaxies and stars and stuff like that. The planets start getting together. They start bumping and grinding. And, they start creating little stars and little galaxies. And, now the Milky Way, all of this stuff is, just boom, 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 splatter out. And then once they create, the stars, now these planets are starting to create, different forms of beings. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like drawing stick figures as a kid. They'll create a whole world of people, So now these planets start bumping and grinding. They create stars. And then what happens is the star that's its feminine side, but the opposite side of the star is the masculine side, which is the human body. Okay, so it looks like this, right? Looks like this. So now we have the star version of us, and then now we have the opposite, which is the masculine version. So now we have the body. And so in that human body, you were created by the planets, which comes from original source. Unless you are a planet, okay, then you're not really that close to source. So you have the planets that are a little bit closer to source than the stars, okay, because the planets created the stars. So it's kind of like your great granddaddy created your granddaddy, who created your daddy, who created you, okay. So now we're the stars. So we're created by the planets, right? And now here we are, these stars. And what happened is this version of us will then start to, create, you know what I'm saying? Other little things. And it's like an image of us. It's just like a different being. Not the original, not having the energy of the original, but very close to it. It's kind of like if you take a photocopy of something, it's not the original, but it looks very close to it. So some of us have been created by beings, okay? And we don't come from the original source. Okay. So some of you, now this is crazy because when I do consultations, I do come across people who are not, originals. They're kind of like robotoids, and they're not bad people. And when you look at a lot of these, like when you see AI and they say the characters inside of the video games are now saying, what do you mean I'm not real? It's like giving that type of energy. Some of you really think that you are a real boy. It's giving Pinocchio. You want to be a real boy. You're not quite there. And this may be difficult for some people, when they find out that, and it just means that you're not able to get out. You just are going to constantly be recycled in this, experience, right? But you want to do that because you want to live and you want to experience things. It's just, this is probably the cap. Okay, this is more than likely cap. And a lot of these beings, you guys, a lot of people who are capped here, they want to get out. These are the people that want to go and find Antarctica because they feel like, oh, this is the way out. This is the way out. Granted, it may be the way out, right? However, everybody can't get out. Everybody does not have a key. Okay? Everybody does not have a key. And the key is a frequency. You're born with that frequency embedded within you. So while there are those who are trying to go to Antarctica, okay, and dig their way up out of here, okay, there are those of us who we don't have to physically go to Antarctica. You have the key where you can travel there and you can get out. Honestly, you can get out every day. A lot of you leave through Antarctica and go through different portals every day. But you don't know that. You do it when you tap into meditation and you find yourself traveling to another space. You do that in your dream state when you go to sleep at night. You don't know what realm you're in. Now, some of you can be in this realm, but some of you actually travel to other dimensions. Okay? Now, you have those who, like I said, they physically want to go to Antarctica. An example of this is that thing they called Ocean Gate. Okay, that thing they called Ocean Gate, where let me get the exact description of Ocean Gate. Y'all remember when those men went down there in that little tube in the water, talking about they going down there to see the Titanic? Okay, let's see. Ocean Gate, an American privately owned company based in Everett, Washington, that provide crew submersibles for tourism industry. Okay, the company was founded in 2009. Let me see, where's the documentary where those people this was It tragically imploded during a dive in June 2023, killing all 5 people on board. The submersible was operated by OceanGate Expeditions, a company specializing in deep sea exploration. Okay. Now remember, on this, they had all of those, billionaires and things of that nature. They got all that money and can't leave. They captive. They're not trying to go see no damn Titanic. They trying to get out. They were trying to go to the portal that's in the ocean. Okay, they're trying to go through the water and get out through that portal, and they are exploded. Okay, because you need a certain frequency to go into certain areas. If you don't have that frequency, you will kaboom. And they have been trying to get out for a very long time. If you look at the movie Get Out, if you look at the people who they were trying to connect themselves, they were trying to get in the bodies of a lot of melanated beings. They've been trying to get out for a very long time. Okay. And it's when they put you in the sunken place and then they take over you, but they still can't get out, because guess what? That's not your frequency. You can take the body, but you still made of clay inside of the body. The body is not going to get you out of here. That's not what gets you out of here. When we get out of here, we leave the body. We don't take the body with us. We leave this right here where we got it from. We don't try to take it with us. So a lot of them are trying to get out. And a lot of people use these planetary alignments to try and get out. So when we see people who pass on, through certain, it's like unexpected and things of that nature, a lot of these people may possibly be faking it, okay, because they're trying to get out. Now, let's give an example. And this is just Prince, okay, and this is just Siren speaking on the Siren Speak show. Okay, let's take Prince, for example. Prince wants to get out, right? But Prince cannot get out as Prince the artist. He already changed his name to the artist formerly known as. Prince had to go back to Mark John Lee, whomever he was born to. So he had to kill off Prince because the record label owned Prince. The music industry owns Prince. Okay, so in order for him to get out, he could not pass on as Prince. He had to get rid of Prince. Let Prince pass on. Now he's back to Earl Brownlee, okay, Earl Brownlee. And now he has an opportunity where he's gotten out of that contract, okay? And this is just an example. This is a what if, right? He's gotten out of that contract, okay? Because according to the third dimension, Prince is gone. So now he, as Earl Brownlee, okay, can go ahead and get out of here as his original self. Because when these people sign up for all of these, these actors, all that Hollywood stuff, the first thing they're going to do is go in and embed codes in your frequency to keep you clank, clank. Okay. Now, you don't even, according to Siren, you don't even have to be in Hollywood to get clank, clank. Okay. According to a lot of hearsay, you get clank, clank from the time your little arch is born. Okay. They embed codes in you. Okay. Wham, wham, clank, 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 clank. Right. So you already getting clank, clank at birth. It's just when they go into Hollywood, you've already been clank, clank at birth. Now they clank, 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 clank. Okay. Now they embed codes in their frequency so that they can make all type of money. Because it don't make no sense that we get up, we go to a damn job, we do our damn best, okay? We ain't getting no damn $30 million. You know what I'm saying? You got people like, just because you went to this event and you sang, like, what is it that you're doing that your checks are $30 million? Okay, there are certain codes that are embedded within their frequency. This is why the label, the minute they get out of the label or want to get away from the industry, they will remove those codes. And this is why you see a lot of them start working at Walmart. Now they're working at Target. Remember that young lady who was under Jay-Z's label, Rock Nation? And as that girl been working, she been going from Walmart to Walmart because every time somebody recognizes, she quit the job, and she goes somewhere else and work. But that girl was working at Walmart, I believe she said, she got out. What was the difference between when she was signed versus when she wasn't signed? Why is it that immediately these people go to just regular 40 hours? It's like, what happens? So there are embedded codes that are activated and deactivated within us throughout certain times of our life. These codes, allegedly, according to a movie I saw, these codes can be embedded over in the UK, okay, over in the United Kingdom, where they can have a pope, okay, who can do the embedding over people and over everybody. It ain't like they do it one by one. Oh no, this is a whole session, okay? They got a whole crew of folk, right? It's kind of like giving the lollipop gill, you know what I'm saying? Like Oompa Loompa and Willy Wonka thing, Oompa Loompa, diggity day. We have some codes to embed in today. Oompa. I'm telling you, that's what's going on. And they're doing it, okay? Allegedly, that may be what's going on, right? They got a whole bunch of Oompa Loompas over in the UK that are embedding codes in everybody who's born, okay? Every bloodline. See, they know about you before you get here. They know about you before you get here. And you thinking, well, why me? That's a good question. Why you? What is it that you don't know about yourself that they know? That you are constantly being sabotaged. You are constantly being shadow banned. They don't want nobody to hear what you got to say. Why would a whole society of folk, a whole galaxy of people do not want you to be seen, heard, or make money? Some things about you that they don't want you to know. Okay? And you guys have to really do the work. You have to do the work on yourself, get to know yourself. The way you get up and go to your job and, however it is that you make your money, you guys, you definitely want to make sure that you invest just as much time in your spiritual self as you do in your physical self. Otherwise, you're going to become imbalanced, okay? And then this fifth dimension is going to kick your arse, okay? This fifth dimension is going to go in on you because you're out of balance. We have a responsibility to ourself. We have a responsibility to our soul. You also have a purpose as to why you came here. I don't know if you think you got up and say, you know what, let me go down to that place called Earth and let me go ahead and just work at this little job over there. I think they got a little spot out there called Chick-fil-A. Yeah, I'm going to go down there. I'm going to just work there. And then you didn't come all the way down here just to work a job. So you do have a purpose as to why you are here. A lot of us, we have unresolved karma as to why we're here, either our own unresolved karma, or it can be karma according to our bloodline. Okay. You need to know your bloodline. You need to know where you come from. You need to know what star system you come from. You need to know, who your family is, because I'm telling you, a lot of these aliens, I told you guys, a lot of these aliens that you're so afraid of, that's your grandma. Okay, you got to pay attention, because when it comes to this realm over here, when they tell you go left, you better go right. If they say, yeah, it's a major news announcement, we want everyone in the world to go ahead and go left today. It has been suggested for everyone to go left. We're just going to let you guys know left is where it is. That's where go right. Okay, go that away, right? Go that away. Because everything that they have been telling you thus far, just think about it. If you've been listening to everything that has been told to you thus far, how happy are you with your life? Okay. How happy are you with where you are in life from following the directions of the others? Right? So this is why it is imperative for us to get to know ourselves. You guys, you have to do the work. Pay attention to your dreams. If you're not dreaming at this time, you are probably you're not all the way human. You are probably a hybrid. Okay. And it's okay. Hybrids, because you guys have a purpose. You probably capped here, but you do have a purpose. It's kind of like if I were to go to the movies. Now, this is how it is, honestly. If I were to go to the movies and I say, hey, you know what? I'm going to the movies tomorrow. So I've already created a scene of me being in the movies having, however many people are going to be in there. I want the experience as a God. I want the experience of going to see a movie that I want to see tomorrow. So when I put that thought in my head and I take action and purchase my movie tickets for tomorrow, the universe is going to align all of you up because she wants an experience of being at the movies. So when you go to the movies, you will never see those people again. You don't even know what they look like. You go there, you sit down, you just have the experience of being at the movies, but you don't know that you've created a whole reality of people that are sitting around you just so that you can have an experience of being at the movies. That, my dear, is who you are. That is how powerful you are. The minute you make your mind up about going to the grocery store, going to Target, wherever it is, just being at a stoplight is not random. You have generated all these people just so that you can have the experience of driving through traffic. That is who you are. That is how much control you have over this society and over your life and your experience. So if you take that to the next level, if you really take this knowledge and you take this experience and you understand who you are and how powerful you are, then you can make bigger and better and more powerful moves. But of course, they're going to come for you, right? And for those of us, like I said, if you are, a hybrid or you're not, you don't have the access, okay, if you capped here, then you have a purpose. Your purpose is to perhaps do some things as well. It's not like y'all just really seat fillers. No, that's a part of the purpose, but you guys have purpose too, to change this planet, okay, to help this planet to ascend to where it needs to be. You guys have a purpose as well. You guys are very much so needed. It's not like you can be disposed of, because we need you here. We need you here to create this, to help fulfill the reality of why we came here. You know what I'm saying? So for those of you who are not dreaming, first of all, you definitely need to do some work on yourself. You need healing. You need detoxing. Right now is a major time for detoxing, you guys, as we go through this Leo energy. As we enter this time, there's a lot of retrogrades. We got Neptune retrograde, you guys. We have Saturn retrograde. Mercury is retrograde. Chiron is going to be going retrograde at the end of this month. So we have a lot of retrograde energy, which is the perfect time for a lot of detoxing, cleansing, healing. Some of the things that you guys need to focus on healing and detoxing is a lot of your vices, okay? If you know you are somebody who have bad habits, this is a time to get rid of your bad habits. Bad habits, you guys, or vices, or whatever it is that you do, whatever it may be, wherever you feel low, you need to go in, you need to cleanse, you need to detox, you need to, focus on what it is that you really want in life. Focus on what it is that's not helping you, that's not getting you where it is that you need to be. If it's people, if it's the job, a lot of you need to move, okay? A lot of you, it could be the neighborhood that you live in. You no longer vibrate to the energy of that neighborhood. You no longer vibrate to the zip code or the energy code of that neighborhood, you guys. You have to do the shadow work to know this type of stuff. A lot of us sitting here experiencing a lot of downfall, a lot of setbacks, a lot of obstacles, because you just need to pick up and move. Honestly, you really just, like, that will fix a lot of your problems by just moving. Because you probably vibrated towards whatever that energy code is, but now you don't. You've probably done the work on that energy code, and now you need to move. Now you need to move into a different frequency that will help you to get ahead. So some of you really need to go in. That's why I say, listen to yourself. Go in and detox all of those thoughts that don't serve you. Okay, go in and detox clean your house out, you guys. If you have, anything piling up, just declutter your car, declutter your house, declutter your purse, your wallet, down to your dang on wallet. If your ID expired, you need your ass, okay? It ain't nothing like getting the ID. You ain't got to have a license, okay? But you need an ID, right? That is active. If you have any credit cards in your wallet that don't have a balance on it, maybe they, overdue, or maybe they take them out your wallet. Okay, you want your wallet vibrating towards energy. If you got old, Blockbuster cards, y'all ain't gonna lie, I did have a Blockbuster card in my wallet up until about a couple years ago. I had my Blockbuster card, I had my library card, I had a voter's registration card. I don't even vote, y'all. I had all type of stuff in my wallet. And it wasn't until I started to detox and clean my wallet where I made my wallet a frequency of energy that was able to receive money. But if you have a lot of closed accounts, if you have a lot of bad backed up accounts, if you have all of that energy in your wallet, then you're stopping abundance from coming to you with just that little small, simple situation right there. So that's why I say clean out your wallet. If the credit card don't have no balance on it, if it's over the limit, take it out your wallet. Put it in your nightstand until you catch it up and then put it in your wallet, okay? Your debit card, same thing. The minute your card, if your a bank account go into overdraft, take that card out of your wallet. You always want to keep your wallet where it is vibrating towards the energy of where money is, okay? Not where money isn't, right? Decluttering your life, the people that you're around, okay? If they not vibrating toward, I always say, long as they're not feeding off of you. It's to the point now where it's so hard to get people to walk away or to move into a healthier area where I'm like, listen, well, just remove the people that don't, that you don't, what I want to say, Mercury. Remove the people that does not help you to get ahead. Okay, if you have people in your energy or around you that are pulling from your energy, you need to back away. Okay, it's just think about it as playing on a team. If you got a team of people that everybody is just doing their own thing, how can you win? If you don't have a team of people where everybody have one agenda, one goal, and everybody's on the same page, that's the only way for you to win. The only way for you to win, okay? So the need to declutter your life, you guys, that should be the first part of what you need to do, what you need to walk away from. What is it that you have been carrying around that just no longer serves you? You're going to have to walk away from all of these vices, you guys, okay? It's going to be necessary changes that you're going to have to make in order for you to survive 2026 and beyond. Because we have this AI that's coming online, y'all. We have, one lady said, I saw a vlog of a young lady, and she was getting counseling, okay? What is it? Hey, Terrence! What is up, y'all? Y'all in the building. Hey, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. So I'm watching this young lady for a second, and she says, y'all, I was going to my therapist. She said I was getting therapy and I was, going to my therapist and everything. And she said, I had a situation where, I was very frustrated and I really wanted to speak to my therapist, but it was weekend hours, after hours. And I didn't want to just call my therapist out the blue, outside of business hours. She said, so I ended up chatting with Chat GPT. I ended up talking to Chat GPT about my situation and what I was feeling. And she said, Chat GPT gave me some great advice. I think I'm going to fire my therapist. Now, remember I told y'all we got some people who could be hybrids. Okay. They're a copy, right? Not original. It's giving that type of energy right there where you will feel more comfortable from a unreliable source, y'all. We have so many of us moving towards this AI, okay? And there's so many people right now investing in AI. Everybody is investing in Bitcoin and all of this, this virtual money and stuff like that. But I'm like, do you know you're investing in the op? you're pushing AI towards the come up. And this is why the human race will lose, because we're giving them way more advantage and we're taking from ourselves instead of us investing in what the humans are doing and what we're creating and things of that nature. We're steady investing in all of this AI stuff. So eventually AI is coming through stronger, and eventually AI will take over. Okay, hopefully you and I won't be around when they have the full takeover, but some of us may, either in this lifetime or perhaps maybe another. Right? But we definitely got to make sure that we understand what it is that we're putting our energy into, you guys. For me, when it comes to, AI, they are creating so many different timelines. Y'all got to be careful out here in these streets, okay? They are creating so many different timelines where they're coming up with all of these stories that just do not exist in this timeline. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I think AI is trying to set us up for the fall, because listen, I remember when Beyonce was still pregnant with the twins. Okay. She was still pregnant. This was probably about May of the year that she gave birth to them. And I remember seeing a post, it was an Instagram post, where her mother welcomed her grandchildren. It was a girl and it was a boy, and she said their names and everything. Okay. And this was like May of that year. And I said, oh, Beyonce done had the babies. Y'all, she hadn't had the babies. Now, I know for a fact that I saw this because there was a young man who did a YouTube video, and he said, I thought Beyonce had the babies because her mom announced it. Her mom put up a post. He said, but I don't see that post anywhere. So, which means AI generated this and put that into a reality. And we were able to tap into a timeline that had not happened yet. Now, think about all of the crazy stories that AI is putting out here. I done seen a story about Blue Ivy being pregnant, okay, and Jay-Z being pissed off. I've seen stories about the president. I've seen stories about so many people. I was looking at, I think her name, Tamala, the couple that plays on Tyler Perry plays. Tamala Mann, I think her name is, Tamara or something, Mann, and her husband. And they put out these stories that she was, damn near on her deathbed, and then she was divorcing him. And it was so many stories they put out about them. And they had to go live like, no, none of that is true. Who's putting out these stories? See, AI is creating a lot of conflict. AI is bringing a lot of conflict into our timelines. Okay, because AI knows when it is a thought, it can be a reality. All right, y'all may kick it out of this timeline, but we're going to have it in another timeline, and we're going to keep bringing it back into this one. AI is already setting up the humans for failure. Okay, they're already setting it up for takeover. We have to make sure that we get in control and stay in front of AI, because it is now creating a narrative for even you, right? When you pick up your phone, AI is already telling you what it is you about to watch, what it is you about to see on your IG. AI is already controlling and manipulating you. And you think that for one day, you making decisions on your own, when no, the decisions have already been made for you and have been programmed for you through your phone, through your devices. Even when it comes to television, why do you think they call it smart TVs now? You're no longer just flipping through the channels anymore looking for something to watch. It's already telling you, suggested for you based upon the movie your last movie that you watched. Everything. So they're already suggesting, okay, that's what's lined up for you. So you probably say, no, I watch what I want to. No, AI have already lined up all the movies that you're getting ready to scroll through based upon the last few movies that they have put out there for you to watch. Oh, I know what you like to watch, this. So it's already creating your narrative. And this is where we have to make sure that we are taking back, okay, our power, you guys. You got to make sure you're taking back your power, all right? With all of these losses, okay, we want to look into Malcom. Okay, we're going to look into Malcom Jamal Warner. I didn't want to do this as soon as he passed because it's weird. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, And for everybody to come through, we're not going to tap into his energy, but we're going to tap into the moral of the story. Why is it that this is coming out for us as a collective? So the collective message. All right. That's what we're going to tap into. If you want the full, you guys can go to Patreon and get the full. Okay. And see what it is that this means for you. All right. What does this story, everything, you guys, if you heard about it, that means it is affecting you. That means it has something to do with you. And that's something that you need to know. Okay. Remember, when you look at your timeline, it's based upon what you got going on in your life. Okay. It's based upon your energy. They're already tapping into your energy and telling you what's going on. Okay. In your timeline. All right. When it comes to this guy, you guys, he was like this champion for equality. Now, what I want to do, you guys, really quick, okay, I want to go and look up his name. Okay, so his first name, all right, is Malcom, which means a devotee of Saint Columba. Okay. So he was a devotee. It says devotee of Saint Columba. It means devotee, okay, or servant, right? Of this Saint Columba. Now, Saint Columba is the saint who started the spreading of Christianity. Okay. Let me go to Saint Columba. Let me give y'all the full, okay. Did I put Saint Columba? I put Columba Street. Lord Jesus, I put Street Columba. Okay. Saint Columba. Saint Columba is primarily known for his missionary work in Scotland and his founding of the monastery on Iona, okay, which became a major center for the spread of Christianity. All right. So, meaning prior to Christianity, you guys, I believe it was paganism. This is when magic, what we call magic, what we know of as magic, was spirituality. Okay. So Saint Columba was kind of like the missionary who came in to say, hey, everybody, you know, got all this power, everybody using their gifts and everything. We need a way to control the folk. So instead of you know, magic that they know, this spiritual stuff, you know, we need to create something that is going to, you know, lock them in and have them controlled. So we're going to give them a new religion, and we need you to spread this to the people. We need you to let them know Christianity is the new. Okay. So that was his role. He was the one who came in to say, hey, what you lighting that candle for? We ain't doing that no more. Remember Jay-Z, we did what Jay-Z did to Kaepernick? Right? We past kneeling. We all past kneeling. Okay. So he came in and say, hey, ain't we past magic? We all pass everybody having their own power, right? Yo, we pass magic. Are you past magic? You pass magic. We all pass magic. All right, we on to Christianity now. So he was the one who came in and say, yeah, all of y'all need to cut that out. No more magic, no more lighting candles, no more manifestation, no more none of that. All right, we got a new dude in town. His name is Jesus. All right. And y'all need to go ahead and worship and praise him, because he's the new kid on the block. All right. So this guy here is who was the one for spreading the information about Christianity. We have a new religion, or we have a religion now. All right. So here we have Malcom, who his name means a devotee of Saint Columba. All right. So it's somebody who, you know, worship. This is a devotee of spreading Christianity. Okay, so his middle name was Jamal. And when we look up the meaning of Jamal, it's very simple. It says beauty or handsome. Okay. It means grace or elegance. All right. And then let's go to his last name, which is Warner. Right? Ain't it his last name? It says army guard, protection or shelter. So some sort of protection, okay, placed around this devotee of St. Columba, of spreading Christianity. So they were protected in some way, shape, or form. Now, that's why I said when it comes to him passing through drowning, meaning he went through a portal. Okay, he went through the water. That's how we get here, which means that's the way that he was able to leave. So perhaps during his time here, with him continuing to spread the praise and the gossip, and the gospel, not gossip, Lord, and gospel, perhaps there was some sort of protection around him. He came and he did what it was that he was supposed to do, because we do have a karmic review. We do have him coming here and doing exactly what it was that he came here to do. I don't see this as a form of a sacrifice, like anything bad. I feel like as a message for all of us, as a message for the people, his life was a reminder of us having a purpose. Even St. Columba had a purpose. Okay, we all have a purpose. We all came here to change something, to create something. Like, find your purpose. Okay, find your purpose while you are here. Now, I do see the Three of Swords, which means, there can be a little bit of heartache, you guys. In order for us to get back, get out of here, you have to cleanse, you have to detox, whatever the heartache is, y'all. It's like a lot of people are giving or being given a chance to get right with the Lord. Okay, a lot of people are being given a chance to get right with the Lord, and this is what this message, okay, is telling us. Remember, it was allegedly a rip current that came and just snatched him. You know what I'm saying? But he's in the water, which is supposed to be this very holy, cleansing, and purifying place. And, the death is not looked at as a bad thing. It's looked at like a transformation. So each and every one of us, just imagine, okay, they say he got up that morning and he went for a swim, a sunrise swim. He wanted to get a nice sunrise swim out, which is something I do when I'm at the beach. I'm always that sunrise early morning type of vibe, having a good time, wanting to catch that sunrise on the beach, be in that water, and a lot of us, for those of you who have attended my beach seminars, we've done a lot of sunrise, beach healings. You guys, y'all know we be out there 5 o'clock in the morning. We do our work and we get that sunrise in, that nice energy shining on us, you guys, while we heal and purify ourselves. So with this opportunity right here, this is taking us to the feminine energy. This is taking us to a time where our natural gifts and talents were denounced. This is telling us as a people, now all of us don't have these natural talents and gifts. That's why I say we have kind of converted, we have kind of meshed with those who are not 100%. Okay, we're trying to become them when we need to be our original self. This was a message to the people to get back into who you are. You have been programmed, okay, to believe in something, to think a certain way, to act a certain way, to be a certain way, to think you are Shakita Jenkins or John Jacob, whomever it is on your ID or your birth certificate. You have been programmed to believe these things. And in order for us to get out of here, Spirit is asking for us to remember who you are. Remember your true self. If you have a hard time remembering, ask for assistance. What do I need to know about myself? What can I know about myself? Because all of you vibrate towards some sort of information when it comes to, who you are. Okay, all of you vibrate towards some sort of information, regardless of, whether you're doing a lot of work or a little work or some work or never did work. Regardless, you should have some sort of connection to source to ask who you are. Okay. So shout out to, Mr. Malcolm Jamal Warner. Thank you for your service. Okay. He was riding on that Leo energy, you guys. He waited to his time and he bowed out. Now the thing about it is prior to him or his passing, he made a video, and it was perhaps maybe the last video that he made. And in that video, he was thanking people. He said, people showed up for me that I did not expect to show up. And they did things for me, or they're doing things for me that, I did not expect, for people to do. So he always, he said, be a nice person so people will want to help you. And he said, people are showing up. He said, I don't want to say what they're doing for me. Now, I don't know what these people did for him, but it gave y'all. Let's be nosy. Let's be nosy. Okay, let's see what is it that these people did that we should know, because he spoke in a very coded message, and he was like, I've had people to show up for me and do things for me that I'm so grateful. And I'm like, are these his ancestors? Like, who showed up and what did they do? Let's see what it is we can know about the message he gave to the public. Not going deeper than that. Just what is the message, okay, that he gave to us with that live, because he went live, and I think he was at the place that he was visiting, Costa Rica, okay, and he went live, and he just wanted to say thank you. Okay, to the people who were showing up. There were some people, he said, I don't want to say what they're doing for me and who the people are, but if you're watching this, you know who you are, and thank you. And I'm like, wait, hold up, who doing? Okay, what's going on? Okay, so let's see what it is that he was thanking these people for. Because if he brought it before the public, oh wow. Y'all, yeah, he's coming up. He's coming up. He's the King of Wands. Okay, he's coming up. He was a Leo, and look what come up, y'all. The Queen of Pentacles. They were helping him. Okay, this is him. You see, and look at the sheep. Look at the lamb. Okay, that's Mary, Jesus, and the lamb. Okay, so I don't know if he's thanking Mary and Jesus, but we got the Wheel of Fortune. You see that? A destined opportunity. I told y'all he was waiting for this time. Why? Because this was the reevaluation to get him through this death, through this transition. Y'all, these people, some of these people that we are here with, okay, when you get to a certain level, I'm telling you, you're going to know how to get out of here. You're going to know how to get out of here. You are going to have access to the exact time, okay, to do something. I thought it was very strange that he went in the water, and I say something is just not coincidental. This was planned, and I feel like a lot of celebrities, okay, especially with the things that are coming out now, because they know, I don't care how quiet they've been, I don't care how nice they seem, all of y'all signed on to the oath. All of y'all signed on to it, okay? And now it's coming a time where that being is no longer in charge. There's a new sheriff in charge. So you're no longer going to get favoritism. And I'm wondering, was there something that was going to come out about him? Because you were still in Hollywood now. Was there something that was going to come out about him that, he's like, look, I want to bow out gracefully. This seemed as if this was something very strategically planned and or scheduled. Remember, he's coming up as a devotee. Is that who was showing up? Okay. He's coming out as a devotee that was protected. The exit was protected. Okay. So this was some sort of orchestrated situation, yeah, that I feel took place. I feel it wasn't coincidental. I feel this was very much so, it wasn't random the way we think. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this was something very much so planned and orchestrated. I feel like a lot of them are trying to get out. A lot of them are trying to get out with their head still high before something come up and, spill the beans. So when it comes to that, you guys, I do feel like it was very orchestrated. It was planned. Very much so planned. Leo, and we in the age of Aquarius, it's an energy. And I don't know if he did anything. He could have. Y'all know what it's giving? It's giving as if he was a plant. He was a plant in Hollywood from, those on the outside. And that's why in Hollywood, for as long as he stayed devoted to his purpose, he was going to get the exit out. He was not going to be trapped. They was not going to be able to trap him in here the way they do other people who come here. He came here to peep the scene. Okay? And he was able to get out. And I think he knew he was going to be able to get out. I think he knew, and like I said, because he said there's people who showing up for me. He didn't say what they were doing. He said, I'm not going to say what they're doing, but there are people who are showing up for me. I didn't feel like these were people who we think. I'm thinking these were beings that were like, look, it's time. It's time. And I think he knew. Because he made that, and he was in the red room. It was just very like, what's going on here? It gave like an act, like a movie of some sort, So yeah, like shout out to him. He did it. I feel like he was somebody who came here. He probably was an undercover, you know what I'm saying? Spy, but he gone now. He did what he had to do. He came here, he recorded, and he's gone. It's giving very much so, he was working and he came and he did what he had to do. Okay. So that's pretty much, let's go ahead and check out of that energy right there. We also have Hulk Hogan and Ozzy Osbourne, which they were very much in they're very seasoned, ages. They were in their 70s. So, between health issues and, old age and this food that we eat nowadays, I don't know how you could be 70 years old eating Chick-fil-A. I don't know how you could be in your, and I ain't saying they did, but I'm just saying this day and age, when you get to 70s, honey, you consider yourself, you don't hit the lottery, you won. All right, so the closeout message for today, you guys, in order to move forward is going to require a lot of endings, a lot of changes. You're going to have to get rid of things that are keeping you back, people that are keeping you back. But I'm also getting like, look at this telephone, look at the devil card, and look at these two on the phone. Look at that. This is what is getting people. You see what it's doing, keeping people bound. And look at that blue energy. Look at the throat chakra. Y'all, there's a lot of things that are keeping us bound, that are keeping us stuck. In order for us to move on, we're going to have to fight our own inner demons. Okay? This is a time where our own inner demons are coming up. And we're going to have to break these habits. The numbers that are coming up, you guys, 616. You see, it says sanctuary 616. So you guys can write this number down. Keep it on you. Meditate on it. Google it. Okay. Look it up and see what it is that this number means for you. Okay. 616 represents sanctuary, being there for those who need it. Okay. Surrounding yourself with people who balance you out. You see that 6, that 1 in the middle, and that 6. Okay. Meaning both of you are vibrating to this 6 energy, and you can help each other, or you kind of like, either cancel each other out where that person's not feeding off of you and you're not feeding off of them. Okay. You want to surround yourself with people who vibrate, towards a high frequency right now, because I'm telling you, these people who don't, They're going to be binding your little arse, okay? They're going to be binding you. The next number that comes up, you guys, 4141. This is the number of habits, okay? It says breaking negative patterns, you guys, okay? Breaking negative patterns is what we need to do. The number 4141, you guys can write that down. Like I say, you can Google it. See what message is in this number for you, okay? What negative patterns do you need to break so that you can create a sanctuary for yourself? That's what we need to be focusing on now, creating a nice and beautiful sanctuary for us, for our life, for who we are, okay? For more messages, you guys, like I said, go over to Patreon and make sure you subscribe. I put the link in the description bar for those of you who are interested. Don't forget, you guys, if you want more detailed information on everything that I have coming up, because I do have some classes, some seminars that are going to be coming up, you guys, just stay on top of the site. I'm also going to be creating some parasite stuff. Y'all need to make sure y'all look into that. The parasites, okay, is what we're going to be dealing with. You guys can go to spiritualcandies.com. I'm going to be listing the parasite products, which will consist of, we're going to have a bracelet, you guys. It's next level, y'all. Next level stuff. I'm going to tell those of you who are in the seminar, okay, when we do the seminar, we're going to talk about it over there. I created this bracelet, and whoa, like I said, I'm going to tell y'all when we do the seminar, okay? But yes, we're going to be removing a lot of parasites, y'all, okay? Because like I said, each of you need to be dreaming. You need to be decoding your dream. If you want to see what any of these planetary alignments this month mean for you, go over to spiritualcandies.com, you guys. Get a reading, okay? For all of the planetary alignments, there are readings. Those readings are only, I think, $35. Get you a reading and see what it is that is going to be affecting you with these planetary alignments, okay? What else it is I wanted to tell you guys? I'm not going to remember. I'm going to get ready to go over I'm getting ready to go over to Patreon now. So I'm going to be going more in depth with a lot of deeper messages, you guys. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on this video, and I will be seeing you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.